Why, my foot. I don't look sick, do I? Oh, if I could only get warm in this barn. Don't you worry about me. I'm all right. You look out for yourself now. And when big business comes in here, see to it you don't let him talk you in. But by a strange coincidence, here he is now. Did you see Mr. Hobson, Father?
Well, of course, my dear, but there are other things to be considered. We must find out something about this young man's background.
Oh, the boy has loads of charm, Father.
Charm?
I suppose it's solid merit you're after. Well, the rumor is he's got that, too. A sterling chap on the whole. He's a catch, in fact.
Father, what did Mr. Hobson say?
We must find out more about this young man's background.
But what did he say?
Ned, pardon me. Have you the financial section of the Times?
No, I try to take Sundays off when I can.
Which reminds me, I should like you to make a practice of remaining at the office until 6 o'clock.
But there's nothing for me to do after 3. I'm not going to fight
Didn't you understand me, Ned?
All right.
Father, what did Mr. Hobson say about Johnny?
His report was not at all unfavorable.
That must have been a blow.
But what did he say?
Julia, we must find out more about this young man. He seems to have some business ability. In fact, he's put through what looks like a very successful reorganization of Seaboard Utilities. He holds some of the stock. But we must find out more about Mr. Case's people, his connections.
Father, if you reach for a social register, I shall cry out with pain.
Of course, he doesn't realize that you've spoken to me as yet.
Oh, Julia works fast, but not that fast, do you, Julia?
I don't propose to allow the subject of an engagement to come up in my first talk with him. I think I'm quite competent to direct the conversation. Julia, you and Ned may excuse yourself on one pretext or another, but I should like you to remain, Linda.
Mr. Case wishes to be announced, sir.
Yes.
Keep a stiff upper lip, Father. No doubt the fellow is a fortune hunter.
Father, oh, here you are.
Here I am.
This is my father, Mr. Case.
How do you do, Mr. Case?
How do you do, sir?
This is my daughter, Linda.
Oh, yes.
It's an unexpected pleasure.
And my son, Ned.
How do you do? I recall the face, but the figure puzzles me.
Julia, if you and Ned will do the telephoning I spoke of, Linda and I will try and entertain Mr. Case until the others come. Won't we, Linda?
Sure, I'm game. Coming, Ned?
Sit down, Mr. Case.
Well, thank you, sir.
I wonder what we'd do without the telephone.
We're quite at the mercy of the weather these days.
Yes, we are.
In business in New York?
Yes, I'm in the law. I'm with Sloan Hobson.
Sloan Hobson. Excellent firm. A born New Yorker?
No, I was born in Baltimore in 1898, July 6th.
Baltimore. Oh, yes. I had several very warm friends in Baltimore. The Whites, the Clarence Whites. Possibly you know them.
No, I don't believe I ever did.
But then there was Archie Fuller's family.
Well, you see, I haven't been there in some years, and I probably wouldn't have known them anyway. My mother and father died when I was quite young. See, my father had a small grocery store in Baltimore, which he was never able to make much of a go of. He left a number of debts which my mother worked hard to clear up. I was the only child, and I wasn't in a position to be of much help. My mother died the May before my 16th birthday.
How sad.
Yes, it was sad. I hadn't any connections except for an uncle in Wilmington who was in the roofing business. He wasn't much good, though. Was inclined to get drunk. Still is.
We've got an uncle like that. But he keeps off roofs.
Well, I was what was known as a bright boy, and I managed to wangle a couple of scholarships. They helped a good deal during school and college. Then there were always plenty of ways to make up the difference. During term time, I ran eating joints and typed lecture notes. In the summer, I sold aluminum pots and pans.
Linda, are you listening?
Or worked at a factory or on a newspaper. Once I got myself engaged as a tutor. That was pretty unpleasant. Then there were department stores at Christmas and florist shops at Easter. During law school, I slept all night on a couch in a doctor's office and got $15 a week for it. That was soft.
Admirable.
Well, is there anything else I can tell you about myself, Mr. Seaton?
What? Why, well, that is to say...
Well, then how about it?
About what?
About Julia and me.
You and Julia? I'm afraid
About our getting married.
This is a complete surprise to me, Mr. Case. I don't quite know what to say to you.
Well, yes would be pleasant.
Mr. Case, I don't know you at all.
Well, I'll give you every opportunity if you'll permit me.
Well, you must lunch with me sometime. Julia, Ned, what in the world can be keeping Seaton and Laura?
I think Mr. Sloan and Mr. Hobson might say a good word for me. I'm nobody much as things go, but I'm quite decent and fairly civilized. And I love your daughter very much, which isn't a bit hard. She seems to like me quite a lot, too. That's about all that can be said for me, except that I think we've got a simply grand chance to be awful happy. What do you say, Julia?
Oh, so do I.
Oh, come on, Father. Be an angel. I think he's a very good number.
Dear, I'm afraid this is altogether too important a matter to be decided offhand.
Oh, but I want to be married.
Julia, you'll be married when I've reached a favorable decision and upon a day which I will name. And we let it rest at that for the time.
Oh, but you'll come around, Father. I've got a simply swell hunch that you'll come around. And what fun. Let's all join hands and...
Well, that must be Seaton and Laura now.
You bet it is. Let's not join hands.
Yes, indeed. Well, here they are. Hello, hello. I do hope we're not late, Uncle Ned.
Oh, indeed.
You're early.
Julia, my dear, you're better.
Oh, how are you, darling?
And Linda, how simple.
Oh, careful, Laura, careful. I got the most terrible cold.
Oh, Linda. Too bad. Hello, Ned.
Hello. Mr. Case, this is my nephew, Mr. Cram, and Mrs. Cram.
Oh, how do you do?
How do you do?
How do you do?
Oh, Ned. Aren't you going to brush up before luncheon?
Would you care to brush up before lunch, Case?
Oh, yes. Yes, I think I shall. If I may.
Julia?
Oh, I'm all right, thanks, dear.
But look at me, will you? Simply covered with dust. Now, how do you... Wait, boys, wait. Linda's coming.
Laura, I'm going to marry that man.
Julia!
Oh, that's news. His name is Case? Oh, is he one of the Chicago cases?
Well, I don't know, dear. I don't think so.
Well, aren't there some cases in Boston?
You don't think they'll think we walked out on them?
We've been trying to convey that impression for years.
Be with in a minute.
I don't suppose you realize it, but you're rather a strange bird in these parts, Case.
How's that?
Oh, you should see the kind of men we have around here most of the time. Where have you been?
Working hard.
What about those little jaunts to the Adirondacks? Come clean, Case.
That's the first holiday I've ever had. But I mean to live someday. Pretty soon now. Johnny's dream.
Case, you astonish me. I thought you were a willing worker.
I am. When I can get what I'm working for.
What would that be?
Mine's a simple story. I want to save part of my life for myself. There's a catch to it, though. It's got to be part of the young part.
Oh, you'll never get on and up that way.
All right, but I want my time while I'm young. And let me tell you, the minute I get my hands on about 20 nice round thousands, I'm going to do nothing for as long as they last and...
Quit.
Quit. Retire young and work old. That's what I want to do.
Play while the playing's good, huh?
It isn't only that I want to have fun, and I don't want to loaf either. But I want to take a holiday and make sure that the thing I do for the rest of my life is what I want to do more than anything in the world.
Grand. Does Julia know about it?
No. No use getting our hopes up until it happens. Don't tell her, will you?
I wouldn't try any enlightened living stuff on this family if I were you, Case.
Oh, please try it, Johnny Case. Please try it. Julia has enough of her own right now for 2, or for 10, for that matter. Grandfather did us pretty.
Thanks, but I've got to do myself. Only just pretty enough.
I see. That's foolish, but you're all right, Case. You haven't been bitten. No, you've not been caught by it.
By what?
The reverence for riches.
You're a funny girl.
Funny, am I? What about you, you big stiff?
Shake, sister. I mean funny in a flattering sense.
Okay.
Oh.
Haven't you brushed up yet?
Julia.
We couldn't without you.
How's Father?
Oh, he's recovering, I think. I want to announce it right away, so that if Father...
Oh, I've got a swell hunch Father'll come around. Julia, let me give a party for it, will you? Not Father, me.
Why, of course, dear, that would be charming.
Father's to have nothing to do with it. Oh, let's have some fun in this house before you leave it.
Why, Linda.
I mean it. Let me, won't you?
If Father doesn't mind.
No ifs about it at all. And just a few people. Very informal. Not a bank of pink roses and no string quartet during supper. All I want for entertainment is just one good tap dancer. Oh, let me give it for you. Let me do something for you once. Just me, Julia.
Why, I'd love it, dear. Really, I would.
It won't be a ball. It'll be just a simple sit-down supper. And you know where? In the old playroom.
Oh, but don't you think
No, because that's the only room in this house anybody ever had any fun in. Oh, Julia, this is important to me. No one must touch my party but just me. I'll telephone people and we won't send out engraved invitations.
To Linda's party, no engraved invitation. Hello, Jim.
Ed,
Well, Father, quite a circus.
you know where Linda is?
Haven't the slightest idea.
Hello, Edward. Oh, hello, Jack. How are you?
Charming party.
Thank you.
Where's Linda? I understood she was to be our hostess.
I believe she has a severe headache. I think she'll put in an appearance later, a little later.
Oh, I hope so, I'm sure.
Cigarette, Julia?
Oh, no thanks, Seton. I don't believe so.
Laura? No, thanks. And there are so many other things that I must tell you. You don't know how much I can do. We both can do for you. After all, there's no reason why either you or Johnny should do anything that Seton and I, because of our experience, could do more easily than you. The wedding, particularly. I can take practically the whole responsibility. I've been matron of honor I don't know how many times. And you know, dear, that Seton has been a part of every important wedding in New York.
That's true. You're both dears, and it's awfully sweet of you. And I'd be glad if you...
Of course, we're very happy to do everything we can.
Oh, well, yes, Julia. And who's to be Johnny's best man?
Well, I don't know, Laura.
It should be someone important.
Yes, of course.
I wouldn't suggest Seton for best man, certainly. But it would look awfully well if Seton stood up with him. You understand what I mean, dear.
Yes, dear. Oh, Johnny. Seton and Laura are going to be such a help to us, dear.
Oh, that's splendid.
And Johnny should spend as much time with Seton as possible before you two go away.
Yes, I'm only too willing, Johnny, to arrange my appointments.
Well, thanks, but I'm pretty busy, you know.
And you talk to Johnny about the affair, the best man. It's awfully important.
Hello. Julia, how lovely you look. But whatever's the matter with Linda, Julia? Why isn't she here?
Oh, a dear friend of hers is very ill. Is expected to pass on tonight, in fact. You know Linda. But we hope Linda will be able to join us presently.
Well, I hope so. But, Laura, I've told everyone Linda has a headache.
But I had to say something. Besides, everybody's been asking where she is.
I must see Ned a minute.
Oh, Johnny, aren't you going to dance?
No. No, I don't think so, no.
Ned, what can we do? Father is furious about Linda.
Not unusual.
Ned, wait a minute. It's her party.
Don't make me laugh, Julia. It was, maybe, until you and Father took it over.
I did.
You stood by and saw it done. Then the Crams got hold of it. Among you, you invited the whole bunch. You knew it was just what Linda didn't want. Altogether, you made Linda's funny little bust into a first-class funeral. Can't say I blame her. No. However, drink to Linda.
Well, I blame her. She should have realized that Father can't announce my engagement without some fuss.
She should have, yes. But unlike me,